Mo Sheng then asked me if you were going to quit. Yes. No. It made him grimace. What's wrong with this woman? And Liushuang looked straight at him, not afraid at all. Finally Mo Sheng turned his head and said the secretary wasn't there, a reason I couldn't believe. Mo Sheng went on to say that the secretary was away and that no one had processed my application to leave. Then of course I asked the secretary when she'd be back, but the answer I got was I didn't know. This guy's afraid he's going to prevent me from leaving my job and banish my secretary later. Childish. I turned around and got ready to leave. Forget it. We'll talk about the separation later. Mo Sheng just grabbed my hand. What are you doing? I have my own business to take care of. He's slightly aggravated. You promised to live with me, and I smiled. He should be scared. I know I'll do what I promised, but first I have to take care of my own affairs. He slowly let go of my hand. I grabbed my bag. Get ready to open the door and leave. I'll be back in the evening. Mo Sheng just watched me leave. After I left the house, I said, if you lie to me, I won't let you go, and said it with a worried face. He can be childlike and adorable at times. And I took out my mobile phone. It says that Wang Qian has come to S City. I panicked. This guy came after me, and then someone else called. The person on the other end of the phone said, Miss Yun, this is Xianyuan Hung. I'm full of annoyance. Why are all the people who are more troublesome than others here? And I can only deal with him. Mr. Regulus Hang is a very memorable man. Yes, Miss Yun is also very unforgettable. I've seen your old photos. You're a different person now. I responded awkwardly, because I'd had plastic surgery, and it's not bad, is it? He, however, does not believe it. Is it really like this? Forget it. It is fine if Miss Yun does not want to talk about it in detail. By the way, do you remember this person? Su Rong. Of course I remember. I heard that Miss Yun broke through the encirclement in full view of everyone with her great skill. Is that true? With her incongruous looks and superior skills. What is Miss Yun? Who is so mysterious? Purposely approaching Wang Qian for. Do you want to go somewhere with me to have a little chat? Or if I tell Wang Qi's all about it? That made me laugh and he asked me what I was laughing at. I approached Wang Qian on purpose. I'm an agent. If you really think so, go tell him. I thank you. And Xianyuan Hung seriously said, I'm not joking with you. In addition, I still have your Aunt Qing's news, so you also refused to come out to see me. Hearing Auntie Qing's name surprised me a bit. He said he's got news about Auntie Qing. Is it true? He just said, if you want to know what it is, meet me at Dingtian Cafe on Xixing Road in 2 hours. Without giving me a chance to talk, I hesitated. Should I meet him alone? The man had ill will written all over his face. Anyway, I'd better go back to the office and pack up my things. I was determined to quit anyway. Back to the newspaper building. The bosses of the newspaper are all out of breath. I heard that Gu Chongming was screwed by you, and you've even got a handsome president on your list. It's not as exaggerated as they say. If Gu Chongming is arrested one day, it's only because he broke the law. What's it got to do with me? She went on to ask me, then what are you doing? I thought you were going to quit your job and become a rich wife after cleaning up after Gu Chongming. The elder sister laughed at me. She even gave herself a whole face when she went on a trip. Even if she had a better face, which handsome guy would look at her? I tried to go up and argue, but she stopped me. Instead, Wang Qian walked in. Frosty, you're here. I didn't think this guy would make it here. Packing. Let me help you. I refused outright. No, it's already loaded. Why did you come over? That's not so fast, is it? Winchester lifted the box for me. Let's go. I'll tell you more when we get out. I waved back, so I'll leave now and we'll talk again later. What? This handsome guy isn't handsome enough. That makes this big sister feel very unbalanced in her heart. I asked him, how's your father's illness? Don't you spend more time with him? It's fine. He's got an old problem. It's nothing serious. Your side is more important. Where are you going next? I'll go with you. I looked at him. Could it be that he calculated that Xianyuan Heng wanted to see me, so he came over specially? I didn't say anything, so he asked me what was wrong, and I said thank you. If you want to thank me, don't call me by my full name. Just call me Ken from now on. Well, I don't know how to answer that. I'm still not used to it. I'll call you Wang Qian. Without the word sir. Okay. He also sighed softly and did not speak. Come to the Dingtian Cafe. Xianyuan Heng is already here waiting for me. I said hello, Mr. Regulus. I'm here, on the other side, here in the Beals group. My men report that the previous assassin has been identified, and the man behind it is your uncle, Andrew Bills. You were right, he's connected to Ramsey. We did the right thing to cut the deal. Another thing, I just got a report that Miss Yun Liushuang is now with Wang Qian. Hearing these words, Mo Sheng then drew attention, and then bang on the table and yell it dark too for saying important things first. Xian Yuan Heng held up his glasses. Wan Chi Qian, you, the pampered young master, also have the day to give people as a hard laborer. And Wan Qian didn't care about his words at all. No matter what, it's good to get a smile from a beauty. I took my own box. Here, put it on the floor for now. Smoothly sat down. Mr. Xian Yuan, you see Wan Yiki and he has sacrificed his image so much in order to be able to get a smile from you. Xian Yuan Heng is embarrassed. Do you mean that beauty is referring to me? I responded to him in a serious manner. In terms of beauty and looks, I'm definitely not as good as Mr. Xian Yuan. On the side, Wan Qian could only stifle his laughter, which also left Xian Yuan Heng with nothing to do. Okay, I'll get back to the point. You said you had the stuff. Now can I have it back? Xian Yuan Heng also said, it's not impossible to return it to you, but I've got something to ask for from Mr. Winchester, but I can't even get him to come. So it's true that women are more attractive. Wan Qian also spoke up at this time, although I don't know what it is, but you'd better return it to her, or else, when this little one gets anxious and really makes a scene, her claws are very sharp. With what's going on with your family, maybe I can go and help out. As soon as Wan Qian finished speaking, Xian Yuan Heng took out what I wanted, and then he said thank you. Wan Qian looked at me with a smile, and I turned my head to look back. I seemed to owe him more and more. There was a jingling of bells. Musin walked in and angrily denounced what was being done here. I also realized the problem. Oh no! Why is this jealous man here? Xian Yuan Heng saw Mo Sheng come one here. Immediately all rise to welcome. So it is Mr. Mo. Just a small shop. How can let you come to visit? I'd like to explain, but, said whoever came to me was expected to fight whoever came to me, and the only foolproof plan was to. In fact, it's Mr. Wanchi who's asked this beauty to meet him, and he's too embarrassed to come by himself. So I'm here to help them. When Xian Yuan Heng heard this, he didn't know how to respond. Xian Yuan Heng added, could it be that you are the one who repeatedly escaped from Mo Sheng's hands? And after that, you still let him forget about it. And Moses grabbed me straight away. Come with me. Wait, my suitcase. And Xian Yuan Heng continued, Mo Sheng, you can't be an M. The more others abuse you, the more you can't forget them. Right. I turned my head in embarrassment, so you should stop irritating him. Musin turned his head and said an M. I immediately panicked. No, 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 don't listen to him. Yet Musin asks what M is. Behind him, Xian Yuan Heng said, Mo Sheng, I'll be waiting for you at the venue for the charity auction 3 days from now. Moxon turned his head. I'll be there for sure. And Xian Yuan Heng continued, Mo Sheng, you're destined to be a widow. Aren't you afraid that you'll kill this dainty Miss Yun? I stopped in my tracks when I heard that. Mr. Wan, if you're so accurate, why don't you tell this beauty's fortune too? I think he's the one with the blackened seal. I'll leave when I'm done. I got angry when he came out. He's a pain in the arse. Who's he cursing? He's the one who cursed his father, his mother and his whole family. When Musin saw me talking like that, raising his hand, he mentally said thank you. Then he picked up the box for me. He told me never to see these two again. I look at him and he's still in the same foul mood, but somehow I feel grounded and safe when I'm around him. Although that Wan Qian is very nice to me, he always makes me vaguely uneasy, as if he's hiding something. As a result, I accidentally bumped into Musin's back and tried to say what was going on. He just grabbed me, kissed me right on the mouth. Although his heart was thanking me, he didn't say it himself. After they separated, he said that Xian Yuan Heng was right. I did kill all my brothers and sisters. Are you afraid? I asked him, do you believe in fate? And he immediately replied that he didn't believe me. That's why I'm smiling, cupping his face. That's not the end of it. Whoever believes in fate, let them follow it. We have our own way of living. Hearing what I said, Moxon stared at me blankly. Here the two continued to sit. Xian Yuan Heng asked to Wan Qian, when you asked me for help, why didn't you clarify her relationship with Mo Sheng? Wan Qian responded calmly, Mo Sheng's air mission is to bring down your Xian Yuan group. Letting you know this identity, you are bound to use Frost as a bargaining chip. You're so precious to this woman, but she's gone with another man. Wan Yiqian put down the coffee in his hand. It's mine. It will always be mine, and I can't help you with yours. Xian Yuan Heng, this will not be happy. You play me, but this is not to play you. Mo Sheng he, although the fate of the lonely strange, but there is a fierce star blessing. I'd advise you to stay out of their way. It's for your own good. Back in Musen's office, a man just said, "This is what you want, right? Violence is filled with makeup." Mo Sheng looked at the two of them and became unhappy. What is this about? Why did you entrust Mu Qingli but not talk to me? When Mu Qingli heard this, she turned around and was ready to leave. Enjoy yourselves. I'll leave first. I took out a box of makeup. What's the point of telling you? Do you know foundation? Do you know the color of your lipstick? Then touch his hair. Don't be angry. I'll take you to a game tonight. You'll see. It's just a relaxing game. A reminder of your childhood. Hearing the word childhood, Mo Sheng also recalled childhood of being forced to drink poison by his own father, a childhood of constant torment by siblings. What's there to remember? However, he looked at the woman in front of him. I had a mother in my childhood. Maybe she's the only one who will take me to the game. It's nighttime. I asked him if he'd taken out all the surveillance. Moxon let out a soft hum. This is Ho Lang Ming's home. Well, it's almost my home, too. I looked at Musen. I came here today to get justice for myself. Ho Lang Ming is still pouring red wine, comfortably leaning back on the couch. And more than just the imminent danger, the lights went out with a bang. He thought it was a blackout, and then the door actually opened the door to attract Ho Lang Ming's attention. He took the light of his mobile phone and looked for it. Who was there? I dressed up as a ghost and walked towards Ho Lang Ming. Ho Lang Ming was so scared that he wailed, then fumbled with his mobile phone. It's you and Liushuang. Right, I've seen you. Don't play tricks with me. I turned around so he could look at my back and he asked what I was doing here. I squinted my eyes and asked him why he was trying to kill me. Lang Ming said nervously, "Who are you kidding? I know you showed up at the company today, and you're not dead. You bitch, don't try to scare me." He waved his hand worriedly. As a result, I went straight to stealth. Ho Lang Ming doesn't know what's going on. How can it be? It's really a ghost. I appeared behind him again, hands on his shoulders. Ask him what won't leave me alone. All you hear is screams. I was your fiancé. I thought you were my destiny. And not only did you betray me, but you sent someone to kill me. Why? I yelled at him. Why? He crouched on the ground, shivering in fear, and Musen was already behind the wall, listening to what I was saying. The truth finally came out of Ho Lang Ming's mouth. I had no choice. He gave me money. He gave me a lot of money. I continue to grimace. Who paid you to kill me? He also answered the question honestly. By Xiang Yi. I only know this name. I don't know anything else. Upon hearing this answer, Musen couldn't wait any longer. Ho Lang Ming has also noticed the situation over here. Mo Sheng directly kicked him in the face, and then another kick in the nuts. The screams from the building have been heard all around. Moxon picked up the mobile phone on the floor. I'm looking for that guy's phone number. When you find it, call it. The number you have dialed is not available. Musen, he realized, was a cautious man. Did you see anything? I saw Liushuang alone, ready to leave the place. Mo Sheng followed behind Liushuang, their footsteps clearly visible. He looked at the state of Quicksilver. Let's just say you can cry if you want to. I wiped the lipstick from the corner of my mouth, not wanting to cry. He didn't deserve it. Seeing that Lu Fan had stopped, Mo Sheng raised his hand behind him, but didn't lower his arm. From tomorrow onwards, don't think about him. Don't be sad about him or I'll punish you. I couldn't keep my eyes off it. Turned around and hugged Musen in his arms. Tears are falling like crazy. I'm not sad about him. I'm sad that I was blind. Maybe it's through that smooth-talking Ho Lang Ming that I've learned more about how good this clumsy guy is. Looking at Musen's eyes, even though he spoke a little stiffly, I can feel the tenderness in my heart. Sitting in the car, I'm taking off my makeup. How's it going? Did you have fun tonight? Do I have to pay for the show? But Musen just said how much. I didn't think you'd ask seriously. Aren't you afraid I'm a gold digger who's here to cheat you out of your money? Mo Sheng looked serious. I can afford to give you as much as you want. I can still make more after spending it. I just want you as a person. I don't care what you want from me. I was a little overwhelmed by this. Musen is ready to send the car. Besides, your whole body is mine. What does it matter if I move the money from here to there? I've got money in my eyes. That's what Shiho said. Then give me a house. Just after finishing, Mo Sheng said, don't let others know about your stealth technique. My mother also had special powers and had a miserable time when people found out about them. I asked her what happened to your mother. He didn't answer me. I'll help you find out who Pak Sangyi is. Looking at Musen, who didn't answer my question, I didn't know how to respond. Come the next day, I'm standing on the balcony, thinking back to last night. The only time he would show that kind of expression was when he mentioned his mother. That should be the most important person to Moxon, just like Auntie Ching is to me. As it turned out, it wasn't a clue either, but something Auntie Ching wanted to leave me in her early days. Thinking back to what Auntie Ching said, you foxes have a hard life. Take this with you just in case. It's an elixir left behind by the family. It can cure most of the world's poisons. It's Auntie Qing's family heirloom, too valuable for me to take, and she still left it to me without leaving me any trace of her whereabouts. At this time the butler came out. Miss Yun, please change your clothes. The auction is about to start. I'm pointing at myself, getting dressed for the auction. Yes, your dress is ready. Please follow me. Although I knew he was going to the auction, but, surprisingly, he took me there. Are we considered to be in a confirmed relationship now? Ho never took me to a dinner party before. This is my first time. Forget it. We'll go. Who's afraid? Then he followed the butler to change into his gown. I'm wearing jewelry. Let's get one thing straight. I'm a bumpkin who's never seen the world. I won't be responsible if I lose you because I don't know the rules. And Mo Sheng has a disinterested face. Even if you pick the house cover, it doesn't matter. My people don't have to abide by other people's rules. Then he took me by the shoulders and was ready to get out of here. I watched him move and he always gave me such a sense of security. And at the party, people are exchanging conversations. I followed Mo Sheng here, and all eyes were on us. At that moment, Mo Sheng seemed to see something. This man then said, "Hello, cousin. I didn't expect you to really come today. I'm curious too. I thought I was alone. But how come there's a cousin?" I looked at his expression. It didn't seem right. He reached out again and tried to shake my hand. This must be Miss Yun. My name is Simon Bills. Nice to meet you. Mo Sheng directly blocked his hand. Then take me by the shoulders and leave. Stay away from him. Can I ask what that Simon has against you? It's nothing personal. Moxon had another flashback to when I was a kid, and this Simon shouted at someone to grab me. Then he took the whip. It was thrown hard into Moxon's face, and he just hates my guts. As I listened to Moxon's outrageous words, it seems that family problems are quite complicated. Xianyuan Hung walked over. This cousin of yours. Indeed. Even you do not give face. If he gives me face, then I should be worried about whether it is not a short time to life. Mr. Xianyuan is holding this auction to deal with him. Right. What kind of gift have you prepared for him? Xianyuan Hung grimaced. The world's #1 assassin. Is that enough? A woman came over and greeted us. How are you too? I didn't realize that the top-ranked bachelor, the always-alone CEO of Delmont, had a woman by his side today. But Mo Sheng ignored this woman. Demon. Is that Mo Sheng? And why does this woman look a bit familiar? This woman took me by the hand. How were you able to get Mr. Desmond to take you with him? Come and tell your sister about it so that she can find such a good man too. I also finally remembered that she was the only daughter of the Asian ship king, Ku Xiyin, and someone from the Qingfeng Daily News had done an interview with her. Let me ask Mussen, is Mr. Desmond known to be a good man? This woman answered for Mo Sheng. Unlike those incompetent second generation, Mr. Delmont not only owns the huge Bilas group, but also has no gossip. I can't believe this guy's really this good. I thought he was a good guy. A man just shouted Mussen. Demon, come on. The woman still wants to retain Mussen, but she definitely can't. Then she changed her face and turned to leave. I was also surprised by the scene. Never mind. It's rare to come to such a high-class place. Let's have a good meal first. I was just about to pinch the food when a plate was brought to me. Simon asked me. I got it for you. I don't know if it's to your liking. I said thank you, but Simon didn't seem to want to leave me alone. He moved his head closer to me. I know you've been trying to escape from Mosen. Let me help you. My cousin is too ignorant of tenderness and consideration to leave the beautiful young lady here alone. I agree with him. That's really true. I know you ran away from him twice. That's amazing. But now it looks like you're still succeeding. It's pathetic. He spat on Mo Sheng again. This cousin of mine. He killed all his siblings with his own hands. If it wasn't for my father protecting me, I wouldn't have lived to see the whole day. So run away, beautiful lady. I'll grant you that wish. Wait, I didn't. Simon squinted over, and Mo Sheng just happened to look over, watching Simon come close to my face. Simon was the first to speak. Cousin, this beautiful lady friend of yours asked me to kiss her, so I did. If you don't mind, this beautiful lady might like me more than you. Don't you think so? Miss Cloud, I look at this devious man. You're helping me get away with this. This isn't dumping on me. The Mussen is furious. Put your hands up, and I finally came around, and then immediately poured red wine in Simon's face. He poured the food he had just eaten on his face. The crowd looked over as well, and Simon stank of. Xianyuan Heng looked at the situation over there. That girl which is so good to deal with. Simon the boy thought too simple. Simon pointed at me. You ungrateful woman. I was kind enough to help you and you did this to me. I also responded to him immediately. How I choose to live my own life is my business. I don't need you to be fake nice. And I hate it when people touch me without my permission. And I hate it when people slander me. If you come near me again, I'm going to pick up another plate of food. This Simon retreats. Girl, we'll see. Sooner or later you'll be played by demon. Mustn't took my hand. That's enough. I'll help you teach Simon a lesson. But not now. I want to see him die. My breath is so close in public. I'm blushing a little. I know. Do what you want with him. Just leave me out of it, I said and sheepishly picked up the food. By the way, I remember you saying that the Beals group belonged to Haven Beals, but I've heard them all call you Desmond. So who is that Haven? Haven is my father, I responded coldly. So now the Bills group belongs to your father. He's still alive. Mo Sheng has a sinister look on his face. He wants to die, but I won't let him have his wish. What's going on? I'm stunned, too. It's like I've inquired about something really bad. Demon, meaning devil. That's the name my father gave me. How could a father give his child a name like that? It's full of hate. Forget it. It looks like his family is complicated and dangerous, so let's not pry. By the way, why did you come to the auction? You and Liushuang are so at odds. This is clearly a hongmen banquet, right? Because there's something here that my mother really wanted when she was alive. It's supposed to be one of the last collectibles to be auctioned off, and I'm going to do it justice. It's been a long time since I heard the last one. I just want him to eat something quick to settle his stomach. Why? What's really here for the taking is too dirty for me to eat. I was speechless. This dead cleanliness freak was having another tantrum. I picked up a piece of meat, ready to shove it in his mouth. Eat as much as you want. This meat looks freshly cut to me. No one has touched it yet. If you keep starving, your stomach won't be able to take it. He looked at my meat. I remember when I was a kid. I cried and wouldn't eat. I wouldn't eat. I'd starve to death. Everyone wanted me to die anyway. But mothers aren't all mothers. Mummy wants you to grow up healthy. To see my mom love me so much. He ate the rice in one bite, and Drifter chucked up the meat like his mother was feeding it to him. I finally ate it. I'm relieved. Yeah, that's right. If you like that, I'll get you some more. He was touched and looked at Driftfrost. His heart seemed to be grateful. The auction will follow. Please move to the auction room and take your seats. The auction is now underway. Let's take a look at the first lot of the day. Being quoted, Musson didn't care. I watched him close his eyes. You're really going for the last one. You didn't even look at the first one. The next lot is a pair of white nephrite bracelets. I'm looking at this pair of jade bracelets. They're so beautiful. I've always wanted a pair of suede bracelets like these. Listening to other people's offers. 700,000, 800,000. I don't think I'll ever make this much money in my life. Mo Sheng directly shouted at this time. 1.5 million. I asked him what was going on, and he seemed to know I wanted it. I was going to say I wanted the house. That was just a joke, but it turned out he had already bought it and would show it to me next time. The auction lady is holding the jade bracelet. So good. This collection has been auctioned by Mr. Musson. And here's the last piece of the collection we all looked at. This is a carved plaque of Hatian jasper, a precious antique handed down to us, with a starting bid of $100,000. I'm looking at this beautifully carved plaque. That's what you asked for. And he answered right. Liushuang also looked at this ancient object. You are here for this, right? But unfortunately, you can see it, but you can't get it. At this time, suddenly swish sound. The lights went out. The crowd looked a little alarmed. How the lights went out, and that's when a gun poked out and aimed at the lead inside. I turned my head and realized the danger. A bullet was fired, and Musson helped me to climb down. Hearing gunshots, this is when someone reacts and someone shoots. Then they run around and kill people. Mosen told me to stay put. My men will protect you. And then he left the place, and I tried to stop. Dark 2 came over. Miss, the killers are coming for the young master. He's afraid to involve you when he's with you. Please come with us. And I saw a dark figure stealing the jade tablet. It was something important to Mo Sheng. Something he had to get even if he risked his life to come here. He couldn't lose it just like that. My night vision is much better than the average person's, which is useful at this time. And then I became invisible. Dark 2 touched his head. Why am I blurry-eyed again? It seems I can't stay up all night. I took 2 steps up the stairs. When I opened the door, it was empty. I came to the window, and the man should have run this way. Where? I was still puzzled when I heard someone say. I didn't realize it was a small kindred spirit, and then he nudged me in the back. I just appeared out of nowhere. What's going on? Someone broke my invisibility spell. A man came out too. He took out the engraved plaque and asked me, "You chased me all the way here for this, didn't you?" I gave a little He just threw me the tablet. If you want it, you can have it. It's of no use to me. Consider it a welcome gift. I'll take the engraved plaque. He turned around and was ready to leave. Little sister, I'll catch up with you later. The Furies are coming. I'll run away first. Just a whoosh and he's gone. I came to the window and realized that the person had disappeared. I'll hide the jade tablet. I'll put it away in a hurry. I can't lose it. And at that moment, I suddenly heard a voice. As the noblest of the foxes, the silver fox, a woman jumped in. And she went on, "You're still useless as hell." This woman was walking slowly towards me. "Come close to me and examine me carefully." Hearing her talk about my fox clan, could she be one of mine? Then she was leaving the place, and she warned me, "Take care of yourself, and be careful of Mo Sheng and Wan Qiqian." Then she jumped out of the window, and I tried to call him back. Fox is my kind. I'm not the only fox in the world. I'm not alone, but the people are gone. She leaves here and another one shows up. "Why are you here?" The man opened the door panting. Mo Sheng asked me why I didn't stay by Dark 2's side. He asked me if I was hurt. "I'm fine. What about you?" Musson came to the window and looked down. Where was the man who had just run over to him? I was worried and said I didn't see it. Musson turned his head to look at me and I still said I didn't see anyone go by. I realized how I'd lied to him, and the thought that it might be the last of my compatriots made it impossible not to lie. He turned around and questioned me. "When I came here I had already seen a man escaping through the window in front of you, but just casually asked me, 'How dare you lie to me?' I hastened to explain, 'No, it's not what you think.'" Mo Sheng continued again, "You even joined forces with Liushuang to deceive me." I was a little curious when I heard Ryusetsu's name. He thought your names were just a coincidence, but I guess you knew each other. I immediately explained. "You misunderstood. I heard the name for the first time today." Musson grabbed my arm. Didn't hear it. Why did you harbor her? Why did you lie to me for her?" I can't tell him that I'm a fox. I can't reveal the existence of the Fox clan. I shrugged it off. "Forget it. Believe it or not." Moxon looked at me. "I lost something so important and yet I came to care about your well-being in the first place, and that's what you did to me. The men behind us have come here." "Young master, are you all right?" Musson turned around and said, "Get her out of here." When Dark 2 heard this, he didn't know what to do. I reached out and squeezed his hand. "Ask him, don't you trust me anymore? He wants me to let go." I went on to explain that I'd never heard the name Ryusetsu before, and I'd never conspired with anyone to set you up. The part of me that's hiding from you has my reasons. When I finished I let go and turned around ready to leave. Musson watched me leave. I don't know what's on my mind.